everybody and welcome back to our YouTube channel. So last time we posted a video of tatting a beautiful heart out of this pony shuttle. Many of you asked us to teach you about how to use this shuttle to make rings, chains and to make the entire heart. So here we are, and I'm taking this deep red maroon thread today so that it is easier to view what we are doing. So let's begin. I'm going to take out the product. This is the shuttle. It comes with two such bobbins where you can wind your thread. So I had used this white and pink thread last time and we had made a beautiful heart. If you want to check that out, please find the link in the description below. And today we are going to use this maroon thread. So what I'm going to start with is just winding some thread across this bobbin. This is very simple. You can either pass some thread through this hole and then you can hold it. I'm just going to hold it like this. And I'm going to wind some thread across this bobbin. Okay, so now I have wound some thread, as you can see here. Currently we are going to working on a very small project, so I've wound a little bit of thread. Now I'm going to place this bobbin inside this shuttle and you can just push it like so, and when it will reach its spots it will snap. You'll hear such kind of snapping sound. One more additional function of this shuttle that I really like is this hook. These hooks help us, untie knots if we do some mistakes while doing work, or if you want to hold the picot, something like that. So I really like this feature. So without further ado, let's now begin to learn how do we actually tie. I'm going to hold at one place, any place in between, and I'm going to hold this thread in my pointer finger and thumb. And then I'm going to wind this shuttle thread across all my four fingers. I am putting a little pressure at my pinky finger so that it is held tightly. And then I'm going to take this back and the other end of this thread from the shuttle, I'm going to hold again in the same manner as the first thread was in. This is how we create a loop. Once that is done, let's start making our double stitch. Now I am going to call this thread which is attached to the shuttle, my shuttle thread, and this thread which is held in my hands or my finger, the hand thread. This is just to know the difference and to easily explain what we are doing here. So once that is done, I'm going to take this shuttle, so place it below and bring it above. There is this loop created here. I'm going to place the shuttle through the loop and then I'm going to tighten it. Now there is this knot which is created here. I'm going to loosen it slightly to show you. See, this is the knot. Now what we want is, this knot is currently made with the shuttle thread. We want this knot to be made with the hand thread. So what we are going to do is, we are going to tighten this shuttle thread by pulling the shuttle and loosen the hand thread. And then we are going to give a slight tug. So the shuttle thread shifts towards the hand thread, right? So the knot is on the hand thread and the shuttle thread is straight. And once we do that, we want to bring the knot to our first finger and hold it with our thumb so it doesn't move anymore. This was the first half of the double stitch. Now let's move on to the second half. For the first half, we put the shuttle below the hand thread. For the second half, we are going to put it above the hand thread and bring it through the loop as done earlier. Once again, we'll have this knot which is on the shuttle thread. We want to put it on the hand thread, so we will tighten the shuttle thread and loosen the hand thread and give it a little tug so that it slides. Once we do that, we'll pull it as close to possible as the first knot, and this is your first double stitch. You know you have done it correctly when you know you can move your shuttle thread through it very easily, like so. Right? We'll do it again. Let's do the first half. We'll take the shuttle, we'll place it under the hand thread and put it through the loop. We have a shuttle knot here. We'll tighten the shuttle, loosen the hand thread, give it a tug so that it slides on the hand thread, and then we'll pull both the threads very tightly so that it is secure, and we'll bring as close to possible as the first knot. I hope you can see here, as close to possible as the first knot. Then we'll hold these two knots with our thumb and proceed with the second half. This time we'll put the shuttle above the hand thread, pull it through the loop. We'll have a shuttle knot here. Tighten the shuttle thread, loosen the hand thread, give it a slight tug so that the knot slips, and then bring it as close to possible as your first. This is your second double stitch. These are our 3 double stitches of tatting. We'll do 5. So we have 3, we'll do 2 more. So this is the first half. And this is the second. It takes a little time to get comfortable with this process, but once you learn this, you learn the entire tatting process. Alright, now we have 5 knots here. Now we'll do a picot. There are several different ways to do a picot. I'm going to adjust this 5 knots a little behind. I'm going to place my thumb by leaving a tiny gap here, and I'm going to fix that point. Now I'm going to do the double stitch as we do. This is the first half of the double stitch. Now previously what we were doing is we were tugging both these threads very tightly and bringing the knot as close to possible as the previous knot. But now what we are going to do is we are going to leave some space. At this point also you want the knot on the hand thread as done previously, but to leave that space I had hold this knot at some place, tiny space, with my thumb. So you can see the loop over here. Hope this is visible. This is the loop. Okay. This is the extra gap which we have left, and this gap is basically called as a picot. So these are our 5 stitch. Let's do the picot once again. We'll do the half stitch as done earlier, but while doing so we'll not pull it as close to the previous stitch as possible, but we'll leave some gap. So that is this gap. So there is a loop here. When we are done with only half stitch, this loop is adjustable, but as we will do the other half of the stitch, the loop will be fixed. So we have placed the shuttle above the hand thread, give it a slight tug, and now this is our second half of the stitch. I'm pulling it closer to the first 5 stitch so that we can see this loop. This is our picot. Ideally picot should not be this big, otherwise it will be visible in your work. We'll make 2 more stitches after this. This is the first half, this is the second half. I've taken the stitches as close as possible. Once again, this is the first half and this is the second half. And we'll do a picot once again. So we have 5 stitches, a picot, 3 stitches, and we are doing a picot again. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make the first half of the knot, but I'm going to stop the knot and leave a loop out here. Now if you see, I've just gauged the length of the loop to be as close to possible as the previous one. So if you can see the 2 loops, they are almost of same size. This will come with practice and practice only. So I will do the other half. See? So we have made a second picot. Let's do 2 more stitches and do 1 more picot. Now what we have here is 5 double stitches, a picot, 3 double stitches, a picot, 3 double stitches, a picot, and then 5 double stitches. Now to close this as a ring, I'm going to take it off my hand. I'm going to hold both the ends of this very tightly and secure between my, once again, pointer finger and thumb. And I'm just going to pull the shuttle thread. As tightly as I can. And here is our first ring. Now the process of doing chains is very similar. Instead of winding the shuttle thread across your hand, we wind the thread which is attached to the ball. I'm going to hold this at the base between my pointer finger and thumb, bind the ball thread across my 4 fingers and hold it once again between my pointer finger and thumb. I'm going to hold it very tightly. I'm going to be working with the shuttle only, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to place my shuttle below the hand thread and then pass it through the loop and then pull it very tightly at the base and hold it with my pointer finger and thumb. For the second half, I'm going to place the shuttle above the hand thread, pull it tightly, slip the knot and place it. Now this knot has been created only on this side of the thread and not the other half. So once again I'll hold it, wind it across my hand. We'll do 10 stitches and I'll be back when I'm done. So this is my 10th and final chain stitch. I've done the first half and now the second, and this is how my chain looks. For the chain, we don't need to close it, and we can continue working like this with rings and chains. So today we have learned to make a ring with the shuttle thread, we have learned to make picots, and then we have learned to make a chain. Now it's your time to try this shuttle and share your tatting creations with us. Like, follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll be back with more content for you. Bye bye.